Welcome to this, my review of the Sire X6 7-string. This is a guitar that I purchased around a week ago from a shop here where I live. I bought it as a B-stock, which normally means that the guitar is going to come up with some defect or something that has not been finished right, or something that has been used. Guitar is perfectly fine. I'm going to review, I chose to review this guitar because I haven't seen many reviews online before I bought it. I always wanted to have a headless guitar, but this guitar particularly has three new features for me. One is fanned frets, which you will see. It has a 7-string configuration, and it has a tremolo and passive pickups, which is something that I wanted. So the reason I bought it is I wanted to, just showing the guitar for starters. This is the one. Again, I bought it around a week ago. The reason I bought it is that I was looking for a 7-string with passive pickups and a tremolo. Unfortunately, Strandberg only has tremolos on their NX series at the moment, which is an active pickup configuration for the guitars. I tried the Fishman Fluences. I didn't like them. I didn't like the lack of dynamic response whenever you switch from position to position. I'm more used to a traditional kind of single coil type of configuration, so I wanted to try others. I did try the Seymour Duncans that come in the new N 2.7, I think it is, but it doesn't have a tremolo. I really like that guitar, but it doesn't have a tremolo. On the other hand, I said, well, if I'm gonna pay so much money for a guitar that's not made in Sweden, Strandbergs are around 2,500 euros to 2,600 euros. I said I'm gonna try it first with a brand that has a good reputation. Sire is the winner in this case. I paid something like 630 for this one. It's also made in Indonesia. Sire says, you can see it here, probably not in the camera because it's a bit far away. Sire says they have their own factory. It's not the Graphtech factory, which is the one that makes the Strandbergs. And I'm going to show you a bit, or I'm going to talk a bit about the quality of the instrument. Yeah, so that's the deal. I thought it was a good deal to get this guitar for the price. Pleasantly surprised by some of the features, but I'm going to talk about them now. I'm going to also kind of record some sounds, some chords, and some stuff with both dirty and clean signals. So starting by the body shape, I was in love at the first time when I saw the body shape in pictures. Having seen it in person, it really blew me away. I love the way it looks. I love the way it's finished with this matte black finish. Up until last night, I had the films in the pickups, the plastic films in the pickups. I took them off, so that's really nice. Then some of the features that it has stainless steel frets, which is fantastic for the guitar at this price point. It has, the fingerboard is rosewood, I think. It has rolled edges, which means that the edges are not at an angle. They roll into the fingerboard, which is a really nice finish that lets you play. It almost feels like it's played in. Very, very smooth. It's a maple neck, not enduro neck, of course. That's a Strandberg neck. This is a maple neck that's C-shaped. As I said, it's almost like a C shape with a proper C. If you saw the C drawn, it goes into the fingerboard because the edges are rolled. Pickups are two humbuckers. They're called LC Modern. They stand for Larry Carlton, which is Sire is a brand that uses the Larry Carlton and Marcus Miller names for the lines of guitars and basses respectively. There are two pots that are working on the passive circuitry. There's a 5-way toggle switch which is really good for the split coil configuration. So from bottom to top in the toggle switch position, I think it's first this bridge humbucker, then I think it's a bridge humbucker and inner coil neck humbucker. The middle position is the two humbuckers in full. The fourth position is inner coil, a full humbucker and inner coil on the bridge. And of course the top position is the full humbucker on the bridge, on the neck, sorry. So if I didn't mess things up, that's the configuration that I can talk about. The bridge is really good. It's nice. It's not branded. Very sturdy. Very stable. It has the ball points of the strings go through it, so the changing of strings is very smooth. It's recessed, so you can pull it up or bring it down for dive bonds. It really holds up. It goes really well into the body, so it's something that I like very much. Saddles are bronze. I don't like gold on instruments, but this one kind of comes with it, and I don't have an issue. Not much of an issue, I would say. Strings are locked with one little Allen screw in the top, which is, I think, hopefully it's not the weak point, but I think it might be the. I'm not sure. I think I've seen some GOC guitars that have double locking Allen screws. This one has just the one. I love the fact that the headstock is straight, or the non-headstock is straight. Doesn't have any protruding parts on the sides or on the top. That's one of the things I love the most about this design. I also love the design. The design that kind of, it's the same that I liked about the Steinbergers, the Steinberger GL models that used to be around in the 1990s. Of course, this doesn't have a trans trem, but that's of course something that I expected. So that's it. What else about the tremolo bar is snap in. It has a Allen wrench to Allen screw to kind of tighten it. It has a bit of play, but it's not the end of the world at all. I'll show you how it sounds in a while. Then on the output jack, it's inside the body. Hopefully you can see it from there, but it's here. So I'll plug it in a second. But some people have complained that the fact that it has that's so recessed in the body, you run the risk of pulling the cable like this. If you have a cable that has a kind of a sleeve that extends beyond the body, you can pull it from the sleeve and it will work pretty well. Otherwise you can get an L-shaped cable and it works perfectly well. It's a 4 screw joint, bolt-on joint, has a bevel here, which really doesn't interfere with anything. I'm still getting used to the thickness of the 7-string neck. The high E string has a propensity, if you're not used to it, to come off the fingerboard when you're bending or something like that. I think it's a matter of getting used to it because the Strandbergs have the same issue. Otherwise you would end up with a very thick neck or a very wide neck, which would be an issue. Then continuing with the back, it has a back plate, 4 standard springs, springs in the tremolo, the usual configuration. Configuration so many times this video. Then I heard that the post distance is the same as Floyd Rose's, so eventually you could swap the tremolo if it doesn't work anymore for some options that are standard. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And then the cavity for the electronics, it's not shielded. I don't think it needs shielding. It's not a very noisy guitar. So yeah, that's it. One thing that I would mention is it came, the guitar came with 10 to 46 string set, and I swapped the last one, the last 7-string, which was a 52. I swapped it for a 64 because it wobbles a bit less and it's firmer, and I had to take the time to fiddle a bit with a claw in the bridge and the tremolo setup to bring it into the body, to bring the the bridge a bit more flush with the body. It takes a bit of patience because it's a floating bridge, and with all floating bridges, once one string is off, everything else is off, so you have to bring it up kind of slowly to the place it needs to be. It holds tuning like a beast. I have absolutely no issues with that. I abuse the tremolo quite a bit, and it stays in tune quite well. Of course, the strings are new, you have to stretch them. The usual deal, like with every guitar, I think. Perhaps one other thing that I want to mention is some people had some issues with the stands, because these guitars are kind of asymmetric. The Ibanez's are symmetric on the bottom, so you can place them down and they will fall nicely in any stand that you floor stand that you can get. Of course, none of them can be hung, unless they have a protruding headstock or pseudo headstock. I have this little stand. It's collapsible. It probably fits in your case if you want to. It's a very small one. I think others will have the same separation between the posts. You can put it like this. There's absolutely no problem. It fits, and it grabs the back on the side. It doesn't stand straight, but it goes perfectly well. I can have it with one hand. Doesn't fall. Hoo-poo. It doesn't fall. So yeah, that's perfect. It works really well. I do love the inlays in this guitar. The inlays in the fingerboard. I think they give they're lines, but they're mother of pearl, and they give a nice classic look despite the modern body shape. They have inside each inlay. There's another small inlay, one for each of the 3, 5, 7, 9 frets, and the other ones, and in the 12th fret there's 2 of them, which is nice. I think it's a nice touch. It's a really lovely touch in the aesthetics of the design. In terms of how it comes, I wasn't expecting it, but it comes with this nice gig bag, which is very sturdy. It fits the guitar really well. The guitar has a neck strap there, so you can actually stuck here. You can actually put it there and fix it there. You obviously need to take the tremolo bar out. It has an inside pocket, which I just discovered while I was talking here. Here for some, is it? No, it's not a pocket. Forget about that. It's not a pocket, but it really is sturdy. It has a nice zip pocket for it comes with some Allen keys for the saddles and those things, and for the locking nut. Pretty sturdy. It has a nice handle that stretch with a mechanism, so it's really good. It comes with 2 straps to wear it as a backpack. So yeah, that's it. For those of you who are doubting to buy this X6, I would say try it if you can. I'm absolutely pleased with it. When I was reading about it, some people were saying that it doesn't hold tune, that they had issues. I have to say, maybe there's a with floating bridges, you have to have a certain level of patience. If I didn't have a Pacifica with a Floyd Rose already, I wouldn't have known the experience, and I would probably get frustrated at the beginning. I'm used to it, but once it's tuned up, it won't go out of tune. It sounds like a bomb. It's really good. It plays really nice, and hopefully you will hear a bit more with the sound samples. Yeah, see you in a while, and thanks. So here we are. I'm going to play some crunch tones. This is my Helix native with a purple amp. I'm not sure about the speakers. Pretty upfront. It has a hard noise gate, so it's prepared for aggressive tones. No reverb, no. I think there's a bit of reverb, no delay, no chorus. Just to give you a sense of how it sounds. This is the bridge pickup. does pick up the pinch harmonics really well. And it does pull up. So, no lack of tuning. That's really good. It holds really well. This is the one of the split coil positions. Not too good playing, unfortunately. I'm a bit rusty. So yeah, that's the gist of it. Let me show you a bit of clean sounds, so you can judge by yourselves. We're going to compare some of the clean sounds that you can get. This is the bridge pickup. Second position. Middle position. Fourth position. And neck bridge. Neck humbucker, sorry. So that's this guitar. Just we'll pause for the comparison to my other guitars. So this is my Suhr Standard, which I have since 2010, something like that. Has a Suhr humbucker bridge and 2 single coils. This is the neck pickup, which is the last tone. I ended up with the Sire, so you can see how it sounds. So you can see that definitely single coil sounds thinner, but it's really nice. This has new strings. The Sire sound is really nice, a lot thicker and more, probably more toward the mid-lows. There's the single humbucker in the bridge. This is my Telecaster, half Japanese, Mexican neck, Japanese body, from 2019, showing you how the neck pickup works. Of course, the bridge pickup on a Tele is the bridge pickup on the Tele. Anyway, I think that's a kind of shows you how versatile the guitar is, how the tones are, how good they sound. I think it's a nice combination of traditional plus modern tones that you can get from these passive pickups, which I couldn't actually get from the Fishman Fluences. So delighted to get this. Thank you for watching. Hope you can test and get one, and see you next time.